I'm sorry. Did I hear that right? Alonso, a left back for Manchester United. Where has that guy not played in the world of football? Manchester United step up their search for fullbacks. We know all about Mazraoui. We know about the right back situation. But tonight news has come out about Manchester United looking for an emergency. I don't know if it's emergency, but loan. When you're loaning a left back, it kind of makes you feel like you're not confident about what you've got. Considering we've got 3 available to us fit right now, or nearly fit with Malacia, and we're looking to loan one in as well. Not confident. No, that's what that sort of spells out for me. But you guys, you give me your opinions in the live chat as well. We're going to talk about that. Amongst Manchester United turning down Bayern's proposal for Matthias de Ligt, he now is getting a little bit agitated and not happy with things and the way that they're moving along. Probably I wouldn't be, to be honest. Like, I'd want things sorted as soon as possible. But hey, it's complicated in the world of transfers, like we discussed earlier on. Hopefully no one's losing any sleep about it, because there's quite a few upset Man United fans at the moment with how Manchester United's window all of a sudden has come to a bit of a grinding halt. Or has it? Let's be honest, it's not. This is Forever United TV. I'm Adam. Welcome along to the evening show, everybody. Get your comments in the live chat, and please do comment below when the video has finished its live. If you are playing catch up, we do try and get back to as many comments in there as possible. I want a nice easy 500 likes. I'm taking it easy on you today, guys, so please give the video a like and make sure that you have subscribed to Forever United TV to keep up to date with all of your Manchester United news as we go forward. What is going on with Manchester United? I was going to start with Matthias de Ligt, but news has come out in the last 20 minutes, let's just say, about Manchester United's hunt for new fullbacks, left and right, which will please a lot, because there's been many people in my live chat saying that Manchester United should be looking at fullback. We're desperately low on numbers in them areas. Well, Manchester United have listened to you guys, and they are now paying attention to that area. We're hearing, obviously, about the right-back situation. We needn't go any further with what we said earlier on. Just to update people on where we're at, Mazraoui is top target for Manchester United. Some good questions were posed earlier on. Why are we looking to upgrade our right-back situation with the same player that West Ham are looking to upgrade theirs? Where are we at? Are we at West Ham's level? Well, Manchester United are bringing in a replacement second choice right back. West Ham are looking to bring that same person as a first choice. So there is your level on that one. It was a great question from Mark earlier on today. But West Ham, who we thought were buying Aaron Wan-Bissaka, are the team in for Mazraoui as well. They're obviously communicating with Bayern Munich. They're in negotiations now. Manchester United cannot move anywhere until Wan-Bissaka is sold. It's as simple as that. And that's pretty much covered in what James Ducker from The Telegraph has just put out as well. Let's not forget, like I said earlier on, all of the journalists now for Manchester United are out in the States covering the tour. So we're going to get information at weird times, especially in the morning show. So make sure you're tuned in at 8 o'clock tomorrow for the early morning show, because you get all the overnight stuff. United will arrive by the time we have woken up, and we'll get some more information from journalists over there in the States as well. So make sure you're tuned in tomorrow for the updates on that one. Well, James Ducker, who is in the States, has tweeted out Manchester United have expected to step up their search for fullback reinforcements. Mazraoui is thought to be potential option at right back should Aaron Wan-Bissaka leave. That's what we just discussed. While United are exploring the permanent loan possibilities at left back. Now get this. This is the next bit. This is the beauty. Manchester United have three possibles, and they are David Hanko from Feyenoord, 26. We've known about this one. There has been rumours about him before that United were looking at it. I think it came out along the time when we were looking at Bournemouth fullback Zerkes, I think his name is. Sorry, I forgot his bloody name then. Kirkes, that's the one. Then you've got Tyreek Mitchell, 24. Obviously, we know him from Crystal Palace. Decent, not bad. Is he happy to play make weight? Because he isn't going to be first choice. Luke Shaw could miraculously have a great season and not get injured. Let's not forget that. And certain players can fall out of form if they're not playing every week. So, yeah, is that something that's doable? And then, yes, I said it on the opening of the show, and he's back. He's back again. Like, honestly, is he like the lone master? Is he? Marcus Alonso. Good God, man, he's been everywhere. He's been from bleeding Bolton all the way over to La Liga, back down to Chelsea. I don't even know where he is right now. I don't even know who he plays for. Is he still at Chelsea? I've just not seen him for age, but I know he's been around. I still can't believe he's only 33, mind. And you know what? Credit to the guy. Honestly, he's been wanted by so many different clubs. He must do a job. Everybody raves about this guy. But can you honestly see him coming to Manchester United? What does that tell you about? What does that tell you about Manchester United right now? Where we're at? What position we're actually in? So yeah, it's honestly. I don't know, like I just said then, I want to give credit to Alonso. I want to give credit to him. I want to give him his props for the career that he's had. He's a good fullback. I don't want to take anything away from him. He's good, but as someone just said it in the chat there, Macmillan YouTube, I've done a video on it before. I'd just go back for Reguilon. It's cheaper, and I'm sure, do you know what? Why don't we just do a loan again for Reguilon? See if we can get him for a lot. He's going at 10 million. Now, United are that cash strapped. They don't even want to bid 10 million for him. They're looking for a loan only, apparently, at left back. I would still go and test the water. I would go and test the water with Spurs and say, look, there we go. I want him. I want him back. That's sorry, I got my words completely mixed up there, guys. We want him back on loan. What are you giving us? You don't want him there. Let's do a deal. Maybe or not they put obligations in. I don't know. Quickly in the chat, by the way, there is a donated membership from Tom. Thank you. I can't see it because it was earlier on. It's gone off my screen, mate, and I can't see who's got the membership. But hello, whoever's got that membership from Tom. Please give him a thank you. We have the Honest Tiger in the chat, who's been here forever and a day. 8 months a member, just renewed. You should be leaving out the players you want gone. It's ridiculous how everyone is going on the US tour. Keep up the great work, mate. I've talked about this myself. I'm not as stressed about that, buddy, as a lot of people are. I just feel like it clearly shows where we're at in terms of negotiations, and that's nowhere. We are looking to actively move players on, but in terms of where them deals are probably at, we're nowhere near ready to say don't come on tour because we think you're going to get a move. Like, for instance, at the bottom of your screen there, Joe Hugel has gone on loan to Wigan. League One, I thought he'd got a better loan, to be honest. I don't know if that's the right level, maybe the Championship. If we're loaning out to League One at his age now, then kind of concerning that he's not going to get any game time at all for United ever. But hey, hopefully it goes well for him and he smashes it there down at Wigan. Good luck to Joe Hugel. But yeah, that's the sort of thing that would happen if you were really close to getting a move. So honestly, I just don't think we are that far down these transfer negotiations for players leaving. But guys, you tell me, out of them three fullbacks, by the way, left back, Hanko, Alonso and Mitchell, which one would you go for? If you want all of them on loan, I think you can take out the equation Mitchell. Palace are not going to do a loan, I don't think. I don't know if they're actively trying to get rid of Mitchell. I don't know if they just want him off the books wage-wise for a season. I don't know where their situation's at. Personally, I think if you're going to let a player go at Crystal Palace, you're usually looking to make money for him. I don't think they're that type of club to loan upwards. They would want to sell. You don't know. I don't know. I'm guessing at this, but it just seems a bit weird, that one, to me. Hanko, I don't know. I honestly don't know if we'll be able to get him on loan. I'm not saying that he's not a good player, but again, it worries me that his touch and Eredivisie, we're not scout anywhere else on the planet these days. I know we're looking at players elsewhere, and it's not all from the Eredivisie. I'm just having a bit of a joke with that one, but again, yeah, does it have to be Alonso? Honestly, Reguilon's the man for me. I think we go down the Reguilon route, and that's where United should be going. I just think it fits. He knows the club. He loves United. Ten Hag only sent him back because he had a balls up with his medical staff. Not his fault. His medical staff completely screwed him over. So if I were Ten Hag, I'm going straight back in. Straight back in for Sergio Reguilon. I think he fits better. But yeah, get your comments in on this, guys. I'm going to talk about this fullback situation right now. Are you confident as well that we're actually going to get a fullback through the door? Are you confident we can actually get cover in this position? Do you think it's right that United should be looking at this right now? We can go for Kadoglu and Hanko, both cheap. To be honest, we're struggling to get a bid in for 10 million at the moment. We've got so much tied up in negotiation-wise with Garte and LIGT. We cannot buy anyone else until we've got finals on them deal. Literally, them two deals are holding every other move up for Manchester United right now, because we cannot afford to go out and buy anybody else until we know if we're getting them players or not. It is reported as well regarding the midfield situation, before I forget this, that Fofana now, the AC Milan situation has changed somewhat. There is a story going around that they are now looking at alternatives. Now United have come in for Fofana. Is that a sign that they don't want to get into a bidding war with Manchester United over Fofana? That has been brought out as well. I did update you earlier on Fofana, and Damasio saying that the only reason United went in for him in the first place is because there was a bid sort of half accepted for AC Milan and Fofana to go there to Italy for around about 17 million. So United thought they'd come in and then bang, double the price, Damasio has said, since United have walked in. So United are not too happy about that. So that deal, don't expect that to happen. But they were now hearing stories later on today that Fofana and the bid for AC Milan has gone quiet and they're looking elsewhere. So maybe it's because the price went up, or maybe they're moving out of the way for Manchester United. I don't know if he is worth that, knowing that United were hoping to get him in for less. It's a bit of a whirlwind, that one right now. It's a bit of an anomaly. I don't know with Fofana. It's just strange. It's a strange one for me. I don't like deals that just pop up onto the scene like they do, like that. It's like it's people just putting names out there and saying that this player is going to go to United. It does. I've just not seen enough decent information regarding Fofana for me to be convinced that United are fully in for him. But there is a lot of movement going on regarding the player, and that's what we've got to look into as well as a possible, like, which way do we read it? Vassam, welcome to the Members Club, gifted by the Honest Tiger, the second donation of the night. Love you guys, legends. Regulon knows what Ten Hag and United are about. Mitchell is good, but I like Gomez more. That's from Osman and Skiliano. Joe says Mitchell is good, but I like Osman. No, so that was from Joe and Skiliano, sorry. I got the names mixed up. Sorry, guys. Great comments, though. United Spotlight says, I take anyone who is a left-back at this point. Literally anyone who is their first position. We don't have any left-back in my eyes. Sorry, mate. There's a lot of typos in that one. We don't have any left-backs. I mean, Amas is a good left-back. Could come through. Luke Shaw, if he stays fit, is an actual left-back. And everyone is giving Malacia a bad rep, I think, right now. Now, everyone's concerned like he's not fit, he's never fit. And they keep saying it and no one listens. You've got to look at the situation he was in. Like, it wasn't his fault. It's not like he's injury prone. He had an injury and then he had an operation which went wrong. And it's their fault that he has now been out for so long. It wasn't the recovery of the injury or that the injury's come back. It's that they ballsed up the operation and made him worse. And now he's had that redone again under masses and masses amounts of scrutiny, and obviously everyone looking in to make sure it's right. So let's give Malacia a bit of a break and let's not just condemn him yet to that Demic list. I know it seems bad he's missed a full season. I get it. I do. But it wasn't his fault. I just think we need to give him a break. Like, let him train. He's not gone on the tour, which is sensible. He's still at Carrington doing his rehab, doing his work, and hopefully when we come back, he will be ready to go. He'll be ready to start training with the squad again. And just to have him back as an option, that will be massive for Manchester United. Because it's not like we've seen him play and then he's just gone down again under the same injury. It's not been anything like that. It's basically been, look, there was a massive balls up behind the scenes that if we didn't know about and then we found out about later on. So I'm not counting Malacia out yet. So I think we need to put a little bit more on him. A little bit more respect on his name. What's happening with Sancho then, says Babs. Sancho has a price tag officially on his head of 40 million. United will take none less. So it's up to PSG. But right now, PSG are looking to buy bleeding everyone. There is another bid in from PSG for Desiree Doué. We talked about him on the show that United were interested in him. But it does look like we're going to miss out on another player to PSG. They are the ones that... They're in the Champions League and they must have someone in there or doing something. And Mbappe leaving must free up so much bleeding money. That contract must have been astronomical there. Because it does look like João Neves is over the line. 80 million euros is this price tag. So, yeah, it was a lie about the price. And maybe United should have pushed it a bit more. But maybe this has now opened the door for Manchester United. And even Graham Bailey has said, like, this now should open the door for the Agate move to move very, very quickly. We will see about that one. We will. But they are putting a bid in for Desiree Doué as well. Bayern Munich, we know, are also in for Doué, and they cannot buy because they're waiting for United to buy Matthias de Ligt. Now, Bayern Munich have offered Manchester United a proposal which has been rejected. Manchester United want to make up the €50 million with add-ons. Bayern Munich want it to be 50 million plus add-ons for Matthias de Ligt. So Manchester United's structure, and this has come from Romano, so Bayern Munich came back to United with a proposal at the €50 million, that is, with add-ons. United don't want to pay the add-ons. They want it to be max 50 million at best with everything in if he performs to the levels which trigger them add-ons, if that makes sense. So that's where we're at with Matthias de Ligt as well right now. And that is affecting them for buying Doué. PSG have stolen the march and are then going to bid again. They have done for Desiree Doué. But then they will need to get funds in to cover that. So we are expecting movement on Agate. And United are basically just said, look, let's sit tight. Desiree Doué will force Bayern Munich's hand in moving into this. There is pressure on board members at Bayern, though, right now, to stand firm on this deal and not buckle. That's the word coming out of Romano and his YouTube channel and what he was saying earlier on. That there's one man in particular, sorry, I cannot remember the guy's name, but one member, one director at Bayern Munich is under severe scrutiny right now and in charge of this deal for de Ligt. And he is being seen as to, well, they're putting pressure on him not to buckle on the price. These are all of the reports and inside info on from Fabrizio Romano regarding this. So you can see the ripple effect, the triangle of United, PSG and Bayern Munich right now. Honestly, you could throw Sancho into the mix and then it all just goes up in the air. But if PSG have bid again, which they have done, according to Romano, for Desiree Doué, does that mean that they're not taking Sancho? Does that mean that Manchester United right now then have got a certain amount of money to one side for Agate they can't go near? And if PSG in fact do stand firm and don't bluff, then and don't call United's bluff, then United are stuck. Sancho stays, Agate doesn't come in. We move down to second option, which is Sofian Amrabat on another loan, a left back on a loan, and probably squeeze in a right back, and then maybe we can get in the extra centre back into that, which is de Ligt, if Bayern Munich want to really get shifting. But yeah, it is a game of chess at the moment between the three football clubs. Everything seems to be conditioned around someone else making a move first and someone actually buckling under the pressure. Who can wait the longest? Someone else can come in for Doué, which may force PSG's hand to just sell to United. And if PSG do get the green light from Rennes for Desiree Doué, then Bayern Munich will have to probably counter and therefore have to give in to Manchester United's demands for Matthias de Ligt. Hopefully that makes sense. Looking into everything that I have this afternoon for you guys, that's how the situation reads. So there's interesting sides to this whole saga and it all collaborates and comes in as one. So there are the players that are in play. And all four clubs have basically got two players from each side involved in all of the bidding. Honestly, it's weird. When I was looking into it before and reading into it, it was like, oh my God, it's like something. I was trying to think of a film that was similar to it or something I could sort of compare it to, but it is a complete cocktail of transfers right now. Ins, outs, buckle-ins. It's honestly, it's like draft day. It's like watching the film Draft Day again. It's the only way I can describe it. It's like, you give me him at this price, and then next year we'll do this, and then we'll move him around there to do that to make you work there and you happy, and you can appease your fans this way, and then we don't look too bad this way. It's it's completely up in the bleeding air. It's madness right now. But this is what we love about transfer season. And do you know what? For United to be in alongside Bayern Munich and PSG, I'll say it again, I'm actually loving that we're having this sort of haggle and banter and discussions and everything like that regarding top players between the likes of Bayern Munich, PSG and Manchester United. We've dealt with Madrid. We're now in with Bayern and PSG. Believe it or not, Manchester United actually look like an outfit again. And then you bring Marcus Alonso into the equation. But I'm only joking again. No disrespect, Marcus. Great pro. I'm still heaping credit on your name, honestly. I just find it hilarious that he's managed to make his way around the whole of Europe at the best of the best at each bleeding country. It's crazy. Like, love it. It's a great story, and I bet he's got a great book when he finishes his career as well. Malacia wears a super small shorts. He won't make it. Kilani's okay, but a little coke light. Like, seriously. Right, Adam. Do you think we'll be gone before the first game of the season? And do you think, is there a he there or someone that's supposed to be gone before the first game of the season on his Tiger? Please give the video a like, guys. We're almost at 2.5. We've got over 1,000 in the room with us. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, as always. I'm trying to go into the detail on tonight's transfer saga, guys. I like to do this later on when we've got a bit more time. Just trying to balance it out so you guys know exactly what the moving parts are within each club and why nothing's moving. It's complex, to say the least. Very, very complex. It doesn't sound right having over 1,000 in the room and only having 250 likes, guys. I just did a full-on breakdown there for you. Surely that deserves a little bit of a like, does it not? Please do. It's much appreciated, and it is all free and free content as well. Make sure you are subscribed as well, guys. I do go the extra yard and look at other clubs as well, which do affect Manchester United's moves in the transfer window. Aha! Okay. I don't know what that noise was, sorry. Is Ten Hag going to play 3 centre-backs? Question mark, says John Woods. Because I'm sure Euro isn't signed to be a bit part player. We can cover with Maguire, sell Lindelof and buy a young backup defender. Honestly, I don't think he will. We know Ten Hag. He's very one-tracked. Euro isn't being brought in to play second fiddle, which is why I don't know if Matthias de Ligt is that important. It's weird. De Ligt won't happen now that Euro is signed, says Richie Clubs, but I still think he wants him. I do. Like, United would not agree personal terms with the player if they weren't going to go all in for him and see it through to the end. If Bayern say no, we're not moving, and United say fair enough, we're walking away, you can completely understand it. If United don't get that player through the door, then like everybody just look at it that way. Crystal Ball, Adam. Crystal Ball. Who's got one of them? I could do with one so I can just rest easy and know what United are actually going to do. Cool Quick says, we should have completed our business in the market at this time. I don't think so. Allowing for synergy amongst the players in pre-season games. We can't afford the same mistakes as previous seasons. Look, everybody just needs to, like I said before, it's not so much telling people not to stress and drama. Everyone reacts differently to the window. Some are overly critical, some are more positive, half full, half empty sort of scenario. I get both sides. I do. We've seen so much shit at Manchester United. I can completely understand people stressing about where we're at right now, because it does have a sort of feel of similar things happening. But let's not forget that's the media learning with Ineos as well. And you know what? They could put out a story like looks similar to what Manchester United were like in previous pre-seasons, and all of a sudden Ineos just make something happen like they have done. I bet when most of the journalists were talking about Manchester United going in with a bid for Lenny Yoro, they're thinking, oh yeah, here we go, accepted by the club, here comes Frankie de Jong, part 2 again, and then bang, United get the deal done. So I think the media are sort of having to learn as well, alongside Ashworth, Barada, Wilcox, this new structure at United. So I'm sort of like looking at some of their stories, and they're being very, very careful at the moment, the media, with what they put out. It's not the same old crap that you'd expect from a Manchester United transfer window. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but it does look like they're sort of not, they're not committal. They're not committing to a certain story. It's like Laurie Whitwell put one out today for The Athletic. Manchester United are looking at left-sided players. And then everyone else has gone in after that and said, well, after this left-back, that left-back, that left-back. Basically, all of them left-backs that have been listed there are names that have been attached to Manchester United or linked with United already this summer. So it's an easy sell. Like, if someone says we're going to get a left-back, and The Athletic are well connected with Manchester United and broke a lot of the stories this summer as well, let's not forget. So when they come out and say United are looking at a left-hand-sided player, obviously it's not a centre-back because that's Lisandro Martinez's area. They automatically go to left-back. Okay, who was linked with Manchester United the best part of this summer? I'm surprised Kirkes hasn't been brought in there. But now they've added the loan to it, they're just throwing in another extra name as well in Alonso. So, yeah, this is how it's working right now. And I just feel like we are moving in the right direction, like I've said all along. And honestly, with these deals, But I asked the question before. If we walked away from Agate, if we walked away from de Ligt, are you bothered? Are you bothered? Because it would have meant if we buy him at this stage, and I understand the comment and getting players in as quick as you can, but no one's managed to get players in because of PSR and financial fair play. It's a very, like I said, it's like extra pieces on the chessboard right now. It's like you've done all of your moves and then you've been given an extra 5 pieces to try and navigate around the board. It's complicated. It really is. So, yeah, I just feel like, yeah, we should be getting as players in as quickly as possible to integrate them into the squad and get them training. That's fine. I understand that. It's good, but it's virtually impossible to get the amount of deals done that United need to so early, especially when you've got so many players that don't want to leave. Going to the final game of the season at Old Trafford, I've noticed both the Europa and FA Cups finals are before. Is it too much to ask for a celebration? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Glenn, actually. Going to the final game of the season at Old Trafford. You mean next season? The season coming up? I've noticed both the Europa and FA Cup finals are before. Is it too much to ask for a celebration? It'd be early scheduling. It'll all change. It'll all change. If you're looking ahead, with that, I'm not sure. That you kind of threw me out. I appreciate the super chat, mate. Sorry I can't help you with it completely. Leo says, we need a new CDM. It's not acceptable to have the same crap midfield as last season. We finished 8th. We did. I said earlier on, what about if Collier and Amrabat come in? Is that not good enough? I sort of tempting a reaction out of that one there a little bit. Jason McCary says, we need midfielders desperately. Casemiro is, I think Casemiro is staying. Casemiro is staying. It looks that way. Brilliant. Adam, I don't think we have the money right now. No. I'm pretty certain we are. I've said it all along. Said it through both streams today that Manchester United are desperately struggling for cash. And they're having to go, not so much above and beyond. It's not the right word. They're having to think outside the box to try and get deals done. Like, obviously, there's full backing behind Ten Hag, and they're trying to give him the tools to make sure that what happened last season doesn't happen again. But, and I said it again, like, it's down to Ten Hag to actually make sure that when he's got this big squad, he uses it properly and rotates these players so we don't have the injury situation that we had last season. I want to move on now to the next bit. I'm just going to read out super chat from You Got Raws. If they swing and miss on Desiree Doué, do you think Bayern could take Sancho? He has played well in the Bundesliga and Champions League before. It's a good shout. Like, we're open to all suggestions and comments here on FUTV, and this is what we love doing. Like, looking at the news, looking at the possibilities, and then actually trying to think of different solutions ourselves. Like, if PSG wants Sancho, then why would Bayern Munich not want him now? He's played in the Bundesliga and done well, like you said. It's a good point. All depends who moves on from Bayern, I think. They've got wingers in now, haven't they? I mean, you look at what they've brought in. They've just brought Elise in as well. So, Sancho, if you're going to play him on the left, it's an ask, isn't it? It is an ask. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't see it personally, but right now, I'm more concerned with Desiree Doué going in for PSG and them not going for Jadon Sancho. And that's, oh, God, yes. Rowena says, evening all, congrats to Cornish Maid. Just watched the earlier video. Love comments like that. Cheers and congrats to Cornish Maid. Melissa, she has won the United shirt and the 50k challenge. Really brilliant competition and couldn't have picked a better winner. Another super chat in from Glenn. Okay, Villa game won't move as it's 25th of May. Europa final 21st of May. FA Cup final is the 17th of May. I'm dreading, I know, Adam. Haha. Oh, right, okay. I see what you mean. There is a fixture part, but that probably will move around. I think the Premier League game may move, to be honest. There's never been a Premier League game that late, has there? Although last season was the same, wasn't it? Because the FA Cup final was on the 1st of June. Look, there's no international tournaments this summer. First summer, it's seen that we've had a quiet one for a while, but although when was it? No, I'm getting mixed up with the World Cup, sorry. But yeah, I feel like this summer after the season coming, it's going to be a quiet one. There's no rush at all. So I think that'll change. It doesn't make sense, does it? Cornish Maid says, I think Ruud and Haak will advise Erik Ten Hag this season, which I thought would be good. I was hoping like Benny Gag and McLaren would advise Erik Ten Hag as well, but hopefully Ruud. I mean, Ten Hag has bigged up Ruud big time, hasn't he? Bigged up big time. Anyway, on to what I was talking about next, which was the possibility of Scott McTominay. Obviously, we heard earlier on, came from Damesh from Sky, saying that Manchester United are bracing themselves for a second bid for Scott McTominay. What would United accept for Scott McTominay? If the right bid came in, and everyone who's moaning about Scott being on a plane right now on his way over to America, if they were moaning and complaining about that, as soon as he landed, if the right bid came in, Scott would be back on a plane going straight back the other way, so don't worry. But I don't know. Galatasaray have also come out and said that they are still interested in Scott McTominay. They are still working on a deal. They have been for a while and are in full negotiations with Manchester United. So, again, moving parts within the player outgoing situation. Ten Hag has come out and said he wants to keep Scott McTominay, but obviously we know the manager's going to say that when he's got players in and around him in pre-season. He's going to make it sound like he wants to keep the player to make sure he gets the best value for that player as well in that situation. So, yeah, Ten Hag's playing a few little tricks. He's playing his usual mind games. Not so much Ten Hag who does these mind games, like most managers play these games. And I still expect another bid to come in. Like Fulham have been rejected for who is the Arsenal central midfielder, the one out of favour. It'll come to me in a minute. Someone else in the chat will remember it as well. The one, I can't remember. I'll move on. But yeah, the young Arsenal midfielder. I think they've had a bid rejected for him as well as Scott McTominay. So look, they've got their first bids in and they've been rejected. So we're expecting Fulham to come back in again with another bid and we go from there. That's where we're at with it with Scott. What that bid will be, I don't know how much they'll go up. They'll have to go up some, I reckon. 17 million, I think, was the one. I reckon they're trying to package something around the 25 mark. Emile Smith-Rowe, that was the one. Skiliano, thank you. Always getting mixed up. I don't know why. I just do. Who's the other one I get mixed up with? I don't think it's Nketiah, but there's another triple-barreled name that I always got mixed up with. But, yeah, they've had 2 bids rejected, so hopefully they do come back in. I think Scott's the better fit, I think, for Fulham in what they need. Definitely missing out on that combativeness of Paulinho. So expect Fulham to come back in, whether or not Galatasaray. And the issue with Galatasaray's bid for Scott McTominay has always been that they can't afford his wages. They can't afford the package. They haven't got as much money as what Premier League clubs have. But we'll see what they come back with. And they have been in constant communication with Ainsley Maitland-Niles. It probably was him, actually. Good shout there, Skiliano. Doing your own work well there. But yeah, hopefully we can get a little bit of a bidding war going on. And like we said earlier on, I was told that Scott is open to a move away from United. If the right deal came in for him, he would consider it. So, yes, I feel like with Scott, I think that is one that will materialise. If a bid comes in that United like, then Scott will look at it. He's not going to stand in the way of Manchester United moving on. That's the word coming out from people at the club. They don't want to let Scott go and they're not going to force him out, but they will come to him if an offer comes in and see if he's happy with it. And apparently the word is he is happy to move on if the right offer comes in for the club and himself. So that one we'll see. Jadon Sancho's price tag has been set. No one is going to come in for him, no, I don't think. Right now, I don't think there's anybody who can afford him. You need someone like PSG to come in. But like we said earlier on, you're looking at them bidding on Desiree Doué. He's a better bet than Jadon Sancho. He already plays in Ligue 1. Obviously, he'll adapt easier over there than what Jadon will, never playing over in France. And he may even be a better player. He probably is a better player, skillfully. And they're looking at that and going, they're going to put, because they're putting big money in again. Like PSG have got some serious wonga to spend this summer. And United just, the Sancho just doesn't look appealing to people. And United are stuck. Like, look, at the end of the day, we all know who we need to move on. We all know who needs to move on. But if no one in the market wants to take them players, what can we do? No one, you can't force anyone to buy someone. There has to be intent from another club to take the player away. And if it's not there, then what are Ineos supposed to do? Make the most of the player and keep him in the squad, which is what it looks like is going to be happening with Jadon Sancho. Let's go down that road of asking where I feel it's going to be. If you were to ask me now if you think Jadon Sancho will leave or if he will stay, I think he will stay, personally. I just don't know how Manchester United get rid of him. It's impossible to guess right now with Jadon Sancho. He's just not an appealing attraction. He's not going to go to the Saudi Pro League, and we've already said we're not selling him there. There was only really PSG. Like, Dortmund wanted him, Juventus wanted him, but they've got so much work to do in bringing Jadon Sancho in. If there is a chance that they do sell players, Juventus, and Jadon Sancho is still available come the end of this transfer window, then Juventus will be back in. And maybe Jadon Sancho is happy to hang around, because the word was he was happy to move over and was okay with the move to Juventus. But United wouldn't work with the loan offer. They wanted him gone because they need to use that money themselves. So that's a very similar situation to where we're at with bids that we're putting in ourselves with players. So we have to be understandable in that scenario as well. Barbara says, realistically, I never believed that we'd get rid of those put up for sale in one season. Hard, but we have to be patient. Look, Donny's gone. Greenwood's gone. If we get rid of Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, and maybe Sancho, I think everyone's got to be happy with that. There are players that would, there are fans that would say, what about McTominay, what about Maguire? These players, look, within 2 years, not including this one, so obviously 3 years then, all of these players would have gone one way or another. Like, by the time Ineos' 3-year plan comes to fruition, McTominay, Sancho, I think Maguire, like, they would have all gone. Like, Lindelof and Wan-Bissaka would have gone before. There will be a lot of the shit that's not there now. So there's a lot of shit that's there now that won't be there in 3 years' time from now, which is what Ineos have said is when they expect to be back down in at the top table again. So, yeah, are we patient enough to wait 3 years? From some of the messages I've got, no. Guys, we're actually really close to getting 500 live likes on the show. Please give the video a like. We've been over 1,000 for nearly half of the show now. Mega performance from you guys again. Loving all your involvement in the show, guys, and your commitment to the channel. It has been a great chat as well tonight. Let's get into some more of it, actually, because you're making some good points. Reality is MUFC probably won't sign anyone without sales first, and as we all know, selling MUFC players on ridiculous contracts is hard. Yes, it is. Stephanie is in the house as well. Hello, Stephanie. Hope you're well. I don't think Sancho needs to go though. If we get him back to his very best, then we've got one hell of a player. Yeah, if he does turn up, it's like chances with United, isn't it, though? There's always an if and a but and a maybe with United players. It's like, can we get the best out of him? But what if he plays with him? If he partners him, that will work. It's just, it's uncertainty, isn't it? Everyone else, like, you look at what PSG are doing. Doué, it's a definite. Neves, it's a definite. Like, United have done too as well. I'm not taking it away. Like, I think Yoro's a definite. And Xerxes, he's hard to figure out right now for me, Xerxes. I'm happy that we got him, and I think he is going to be a good player for United. Something completely different that we've not had in terms of how he plays. He's like a cross. The best way to describe him was like a cross between Van Nistelrooy and Ronaldinho in terms of how he played. Not in like goal, like his skill and what he wants to do skill-wise and his power. And how he runs with the ball, his directness, like Van Nistelrooy, and how he was, and the extra skill of Ronaldinho added on. I'm not saying he's Ronaldinho, I'm not saying he's Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Please don't clip and quote me on that one. But that's what people who have been talking about him and what they sort of liken him to in terms of a player that has gone before. We should never compare to players that have gone past, but just for the sake of it tonight in the show, we're just doing it, and that's what most people have said. They liken him to. So, yeah, it's a interesting one with Xerxes and how he plays. If he plays like Rasmus has just got the number 9 shirt today, so that's going to be interesting. He's going to take the 11 probably. Where's he going to play? That's interesting. I cannot wait. Everybody's fit. You're starting up against Fulham on that Friday night. I am never been so glued. Hopefully everyone stays fit, touch wood, in pre-season, to a team announcement than that game. Like, I just want to know how he's going to play this. Everybody, and I mean everybody, is available. And again, go back, no injuries, obviously, included in that. Like, Luke Shaw comes in. Dalot on the right. Yoro and Martinez with Onana in goal. And then you get into the midfield, depending on who's bought. Right now, it looks like it's Casemiro, Bruno and Mainu again. And then your front three, does Rashford start? Does Xerxes start on the left or off the left next to Rasmus Højlund with Garnacho on the other side? Does Ahmad keep his place? Honestly, it's hard to figure out. Is Xerxes on the bench alongside Rashford, and it's Ahmad, Garnacho and Højlund to start us off? There's going to be a lot of to-in and fro-in, and do you know what? Pre-season's going to tell us a lot as well in what Ten Hag's thinking is going into the season. You could see exactly what he was thinking last season as well. And we knew that Mainu was going to come through and start the season, but he got injured in that Real Madrid game. So, yeah, I feel like looking at how he was doing last pre-season, there's a lot of what he puts into pre-season he wants to bring in to the first game of the season and into the actual league itself. So just stay tuned to the pre-season games and how he sets up and where he plays people in certain positions. Shaw and Martinez both need to be fit, says Michael. Everyone needs to be fit, mate. But them two, yes, big misses. People are talking about Højlund like he is special. No, not really. We're just talking about him like a striker who was our leading goal scorer last season. He needs to improve. Simple as. But there's a lot of players that need to improve from last season. I just don't get why everyone is going in on Rasmus Højlund so bad. I don't get it. I really don't. But everyone's got an opinion. And Babs is off. See you later, Babs. Have a good one. Almost at that 500 like mark, guys. Amazing stuff. Thank you. Keep them likes coming in. I did say I only wanted 500 for the whole show. I was taking it easy on you guys tonight. But hey, we've already surpassed that. So it looks like we are going to as well. Højlund needs service. Never mind, I'm back, says Catnap. Okay. I don't know what's going on in there. Højlund is doing fine. We're weird to think otherwise, says Stu. Sorry, you was blocked off at the bottom of your screen. Your message there, mate. Neil says, we are not yet materially different than last year. Same system, less manager, and Xerxes won't be our answer to lack of goals, which is our major problem. Skiliano said, that was from Neil. Skiliano says, Højlund had a good first season, loads of potential. He's definitely a rough diamond. Yeah, I think most people agree with that. I think most people can agree with that one, mate. A couple more messages coming through. Really think Rasmus will improve tenfold with Ruud van Nistelrooy there now. What a better ex-striker to learn from. Crucial point, well said. Definitely agree with that one. Mark Ennis says, we need 2 more players and we will win the... Is that the lot? It says Leaf. We'll win the Leaf next year. What's the Leaf, mate? But no, win the lot, I think he's saying. I like it. I like the positivity, I do. Joe says, I think Xerxes will end up as a wing, being out on the wing with Rasmus as a number 9. Kerwin says, we can play a better position game with Xerxes at striker, with Ahmad and Sancho on the wings. Højlund goes better with Rashford and Garnacho. A lot of different options, guys. Look, no one's complaining when Fergie was swapping her out the front two. Cole and York with Sheringham and Solskjaer, was it? I mean, it's a different era, different game. I understand all of that, but still, like, we need to have rotation. If he wants to stop injuries, he needs to change the squad. He needs to change the team lineup, and he needs to give people a rest. That's what he needs to do. Guys, that is the show finished, done and dusted. I'll just give you a quick one. So Cornish Maid, who won the prize for the 50k giveaway, that shirt came from the Kitman. Kitman has been in the chat tonight. The link is in the description, guys. If you want any of the new United shirts, get onto that description. Get on that link at the top. Kitman, use the code FUTV on checkout to get your extra discount. Get your brand new Man United shirt delivered to your home. Anyone, they're all there. The white one, the blue one, and the red one. 1, 2, and 3. All there, guys. Get on it. I get all my shirts from him. They're all good quality. They all wash well. They all do what every other shirt's supposed to do. And I just want to make sure that everyone is aware of that before we finish up tonight as well. Also in there is the United Couple podcast, which is doing wonders. Please do go and watch it. Everything from behind the scenes of what me and Kaz are doing at FUTV, celebrating 50k subs and everything like that. That episode 13 is out now. That's in the description, along with everything else. Guys, you've been epic as always. I love you all. Have a fantastic evening. Thank you, mods. Thank you, donators. Thank you, new members and old. I love you, and I will see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Remember, guys, tomorrow's show, like all of the 8 o'clock now, they've got more on them because the journalists are all over in the States and their news comes out a little bit later on. So I'll have everything covered bright and early for you to set you up for your day. So 8 o'clock tomorrow with all your major updates from over in the States from what the journalists are saying around Manchester United news. Like, share and subscribe. I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.